I farm roughly 700 acres, have grown corn and soybeans for the past 37 years. Over the years I've felt that I had a liquid program of fertilizer, and I thought with the dry program I could probably get better results and higher yields, and that's when I was introduced to AVAIL, and it definitely released more phosphorus to the corn crop, and I saw a huge increase in yields the first year alone. The first year I used AVAIL, I saw a yield increase of approximately 15 to 17 bushel to the acre. The second year we had a very wet year and probably only saw 3 to 4 bushel increase by using AVAIL. And then last year we saw very close to 14 to 17 bushel again. The benefits I've seen with the use of AVAIL have been lower cost of production because of the increased yields naturally, but I put on less fertilizer because of the AVAIL released more of the phosphorus, and I didn't need as much. It wasn't tied up in the clay particles. When I dug up the roots of my corn, I noticed a lot bigger mass of roots, which told me that the AVAIL was getting more phosphorus and thus more yield increase. I will definitely continue to use AVAIL because of the results I've seen so far, and I'm anxious to see what it will do down the road as we fine-tune my fertilizer program by reducing the application rates. I've used NutriSphere for approximately 3 years on my corn and have seen results in the range of probably 10 to 13 bushel increase. My feelings using NutriSphere is it helps release the nitrogen at the proper time when the corn needs it the most, and my program involves putting the NutriSphere on with my nitrogen when I do a chemical application right behind the planter. I feel I don't lose as much nitrogen using NutriSphere that early in my program, and then I will come back with a side dress program and put on another 100 pounds per acre. I took on the NutriSphere program 3 years ago because I felt I was not getting full utilization of my nitrogen. My yields were starting to taper off from the way my program was set up prior to that. That program involved putting the chemical and the nitrogen all down together. First year I put the NutriSphere on with 180 pounds of nitrogen and noticed at least a 12% increase in yield using the NutriSphere in conjunction with that first application. I will definitely use NutriSphere in the future because I feel with my split program of nitrogen, I will apply NutriSphere on the first pass with the chemical, come back with my side dress application, and definitely will realize increases in yields of at least 12 to 15 bushel. I wanted to try something different. A combination of AVAIL and NutriSphere made this program work for me because I could split apply my nitrogen, wasn't worried about losing nitrogen throughout the growing season, but I also fine-tuned that by trying some test strips to where I used AVAIL and another strip where I didn't use AVAIL, the same way with the NutriSphere, and those tests ranged from 15 to 17 bushel increase in yield by combining the two programs. If a neighbor came up to me and asked me what I had for a program for my fertilizer and chemical, mainly my recommendation would be to use AVAIL and NutriSphere in combination or together to get the maximum results. He could try those separately. I think in certain years you would see a difference, but overall, year in and year out, AVAIL and NutriSphere together will give him a definite 15 bushel yield advantage. I would definitely use NutriSphere and AVAIL programs and recommend it to any of my neighbors because they will see the differences that I've seen and enjoy the results of the profitability I've seen. Finally, I'd like to share the thoughts I have on both NutriSphere and AVAIL. If you're interested in trying something different, of all the products on the market today, these two I would definitely recommend just to test it on your farm, see what you can do with it. I was very happy with the results, and I'm sure anybody that does try it in whatever their application is would see the results I have.